Okay, this video is an educational video for how to use the main construction job websites. Some of these websites are for construction jobs only, and some of them are in general job sites which have categories for construction. Here we're in constructionjobs.com. We've gone to the search jobs section and we've put New York. Let's see which filters we have. We have contractual, part-time, full-time, freelancer, and starting to ending type of salaries. In this specific website, as we can see, they are not only showing jobs in New York, but they're also showing jobs in nearby areas. We have Pennsylvania, Virginia, Philadelphia, Boston, Maryland. But if we keep scrolling down, we see here Edison, New Jersey, New York, construction field manager. And we have to sift through it because it won't necessarily only show us New York because this is how their filters are worked. But for central structural engineer, New York, we can type to look for a specific jobs. Let's see if any specific. Well, we found a flagger job in Hudson Falls, New York, for specifically. So this is this website. Let's now take a look at ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter in general is a jobs website for all types of jobs, but I've gone ahead and shortened the search to a specifically construction jobs, right? So let's change this here. Let's change our area to New York, and construction jobs in New York. We're not going to sign in right now. So here on the left-hand side, we'll see manager construction, welding, Queens, New York, construction worker. So this is entry level, New Brunswick, New Jersey. We have field labor coordinator, mechanical construction, construction foreman, which is a supervisor, 62 hours, OSHA, and combined with other certifications, construction, demo, and renovation, superintendent, New York, skilled and entry level construction workers, New Jersey, and the pay rate, DOB, licensed construction superintendent, et cetera, et cetera. So that would be this website, and here we would filter construction workers in New York specifically to have better results. Here we have other filters like dates posted, experience level, right, type of work, et cetera, that could be used to narrow down the search. Let's go now to Rigzone. This is another website. It is not specifically a construction jobs website, but it does have a construction category. So here we're going to put New York, New York again, and type in keyword construction, test technician, senior pipe stressing engineer, QA technician. And these jobs are close by to New York, but I'm guessing that the only ones that showed up in New York, well, none of these are specifically New York. Let's see if we can narrow this down. And like the other website, it has a pretty broad look. This is Deer Park, New York, and et cetera, et cetera. And this is how they would sift through these jobs. Most of these websites bill the employers and not the people per se looking for work, but some websites may have special packages for workers and so on, in which they might be prompted to pay if they want to be put at the top of the list or find premium jobs, etc. Now we can go to constructionjobsny.org, which specifically is a New York construction jobs website. Uh, Here, they don't post jobs per se. You would apply in general and give them your information, and they would reach out to you. So you go apply now. Let's switch the area here. Let's not allow location. Let's type in a sip for Corona, for example. And here we have different, what appears to be unions, which they can apply to for work. So let's move on to Craigslist, which I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with. Craigslist is a general classifieds website, but I've gone ahead and typed New York as the beginning of the subdomain and the keyword construction. So here we have posted today, hide duplicates, which could be very useful. Different type, general labor, skilled trade, architect, admin, office, accounting, finance, source 16 more. So we could probably, let's go ahead and take some of these off. We could leave government for government jobs, retail, wholesale, maybe warehouse, manufacturing, transportation, office admin, accounting, finance, office admin. Let's take architect because maybe most of these people are going to be looking for entry level work. So we have driver, construction assistant, seeking experience, construction warehouse manager, construction shop mechanic laborer, construction jobs in general, residential construction supervisor, senior project construction manager, experienced construction project manager, construction superintendent, construction yard laborer, construction admin, construction helper, carpenter. They have the rates there. Um, and of course, they have to sift through these very carefully and use their own due diligence to make sure that these are not any type of scams. Because at the end of the day, we are talking about Craigslist. But hey, if you don't take any risk and you don't expose yourself, well, it'll be very difficult to find work, right? So they have to sift through these, apply. Some of them will have phone numbers for replying. Some of them would be replying via email by clicking the link that is shown here. So let's go ahead while this loads and let's pause a second. So here we can see that this job they put directly where to apply, which would be at this email. Probably the reply option here too works. However, maybe because here we go, they would click here, or they would click to open their Gmail, their Yahoo, their Hotmail, their AOL mail to be able to email this person. So if I press Gmail, it will open Gmail here for me. And a good idea would be to have a good written message already that they can copy and paste and keep applying to as many jobs as possible throughout the day. And that would be for Craigslist. So let's go simplyhired.com, which is in general a construction. It's not a construction jobs website. It's in general. It's for all types of jobs. So we've gone ahead and narrowed down the URL specifically to construction workers in New York. And here we can see construction laborer, New York, New York, job details, qualifications, social security, attention to detail, etc., etc. We could keep pressing through construction worker, opportunities for advancement, qualifications, social security, attention to details, ability to follow soldier, power tools, hand tools, and all the information about the job. So this would be simply hired. Here we go, painter, and same thing. How much a day? 12 days. Where it's located? Manhattan. Um, Time and information in general about the job, etc., etc. Right? And that would be simplyhire.com directly with the link construction worker in the URL / New York, which is already included in the URLs that I put here. So we have iHireConstruction, and in the name you can see that this is a dedicated website to construction jobs in general. Here, people could put the job title or city. We're going to concentrate in city instead. So we'll go New York, New York. We'll search. And we'll see the different type of jobs: bilingual construction operations associate, landscape architect, senior plumber, senior project manager, lead service technician, assistant project manager, construction superintendent, construction estimator, heavy civil estimator, driver laborer. So let's take a look at driver laborer right quick. Let's see here. They have the salary 24 to 26, 1 to 3 years of experience. Must speak English fluently, must be bilingual, is a big plus, ability to perform physical labor and work outdoors, etc., etc., etc. have the be able to lift a minimum of 50 pounds, know the Westchester and Fairfield area, etc., etc. And this is how they would use this website. And now to our final example. This is not a jobs website at all. This is belonging directly to the Department of Buildings. But the way this website works is that it will show you circles of active construction sites in New York City. And the bigger the circle, the bigger the square footage of the project. But we can go by proposed dwelling units, we can go by estimate cost, right? But in this case, we're going to choose square footage. So what I would do here is more of a strategy of, grab my Metro card and start clicking on these circles, getting the exact address to these places, writing them down, the name of the company, the address. I can see when the project is going to expire to even see if it's worth applying to. And I'll grab a bunch of circles and I'll make like a day plan, grabbing all these addresses, and I'll go door by door with my certifications and my resumes, talking to people. Because obviously, the more people we talk to and expose ourselves to, the better, the more relationship we build, and the more opportunities there are for work. Because at the end of the day, it's all a numbers game. Okay, so this is how this website would be used to find jobs. Grab the addresses nearby, click, 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 save them, those addresses on a notepad or whatnot, and go to these places door by door, make an action plan. Maybe today we'll tackle this area, maybe tomorrow we'll tackle that area, et cetera, et cetera. And that would be the strategy to find work, going door to door and building relationships. Finally, but not least, I mean, there is another way to use this, right? We have here, there is the telemarketing part of it. It's going to be a lot harder than going door to door, maybe a little bit more frustrating, but it is possible, right? Nothing is impossible. The answer is always no unless you try, right? So let's go ahead and put the name for this company. And here we go. There's the company. There's their phone number. I could copy this phone number. I can call them up, tell them about what my certifications are, tell them that I found out that they have active construction sites in, well, I closed that website already, but they have active construction sites in the address that I saw. If they're looking for any laborers for that particular location, or if they have any other projects in which they might need labor. And this is the telemarketing aspect of that. But I would prefer personally going door to door to these places that I could cover more ground in one day, and it's a little bit less frustrating if I'm, in the need of a job quickly. All right, and that is the English version that I created for you guys on how to find jobs using these websites.